Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Ashley Rose. This is your daily tarot reading for Sunday, January 9th, 2021. Today is the 9th, and 9 is the number for spirituality and completion. And usually when I talk about 9, I'm always talking about cycles, right? And cycles ending. But it's like this culmination, it's completion and culmination of something in our lives that sparks this wisdom within us and helps us like raise ourselves spiritually. That helps us connect to ourselves deeper in a deeper spiritual way, to where like we have the knowledge, we have the understanding, and we have the faith to keep moving forward, right? Which that is our theme throughout this week, to keep moving forward, to cultivate that balance. There's this, maybe we get some insight today on how to bring that in further. Look at this. This is interesting because we have the King of Wands in reverse today, as he's come up many other ways this week. So I believe what we're completing today is this feeling like we aren't tapped into our creative energy, or even like Mercury retrograde's coming up again. So again, we have this shadow period where things can start feeling a little backwards, and it's like, as much of the fears that we broke through yesterday, we broke through this week, there's something that comes back up that makes us feel like we can't use our energy, that makes us feel like we don't know how to cultivate, that makes us feel like maybe we're on the wrong path. But I think where everything comes together today is this, how we move through this, how we flip this energy into something that can really work for us, is changing our mindset and again, I guess completing this thought, or completing this doubt, or completing this, I guess I'm going to say it, cycle. I guess it is about cycles today, about, you know, and where we can find this wisdom of like, no, I can, right? Or these thoughts that might pop back up, because that's what's going to happen. But it's our choice whether we point our focus there or not. We can have our focus pointed on the doubts of the things that haven't happened, of our mistakes, of the past. Yes, we can. We have the choice. We have the free will. Or we can turn our focus onto things that really matter, on our life's purpose, on our dreams, on what we can create, on what we can cultivate together, on the energy that is all around us to bring us motivation and enthusiasm, and really do something that takes our dreams and brings them into this reality, right? The King is, you know, the number for 1, or court cards are 1. So the King being 1, that's a new beginning. That's being an individual. That's stepping into your individuality. And as we are getting used to being this new authentic version of ourselves, it's a little hard, it's a little rocky. So it's okay if we feel a little bit off today, right? We had the Knight of Wands on Friday. That's a little extreme, and we're finding the balance. We're learning how to find the balance. So be nice to yourself while you find that, whatever the balance is to you, right? So maybe we start the day, we wake up on the wrong side of the bed, and it takes us a second to shake this energy off. Again, during this time, movement is so important, especially because we're in the winter season. Things are darker, it's dreary, it's cold. We don't want to have to get out of bed and, you know, warm ourselves. We want to do that. It's a lot harder because, again, it's darker. We are in the darker time of the year. But that's why movement is so important to us during this time, because again, it helps us get back and it helps turn this card around, where after a hard workout or a run or a good yoga practice, where we are better aligned with our energy, the things that we were worrying about when we woke up don't even matter to us anymore, because now we are connected with who we are, and our ideas are just flowing without resistance. Today feels like a little bit of resistance, but when we push through that resistance, right? We push through the pain, we push through the hurt, the hardness, the doubt, we get this wisdom of, we can do it, we can create, we can have a life out of joy, we can cultivate something that's different, something that inspires us, something that makes us happy and lights us up, right? And so we have the courage. I shouldn't say have the courage to do that. We have the courage to make that happen today, because we have the Star at the bottom, 8 of Wands, the Fool's been at the bottom a lot, and then we have the Hermits. We have the Hermit, the Chariot, the 10 of, come on, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. I'm going to stop, because then that just turns into a whole half deck, because there's so much waiting for us to tap into it, that today, that little moment in the beginning of the day really feels silly. So again, like we talked about on Friday, it's this learning how to stop our focus being pointed at a negative thing and turn it to a positive thing, right? So if something happens, instead of this energy continuing to snowball and make our day more dreary, we're gonna acknowledge it and do something, kind of nip it at the butt before it even becomes anything bigger, right? Because as we're getting in touch with our creative energy, we start understanding how when we get rolling, we got ourselves rolling on a negative ball, how we can create chaos and catastrophe in our life, right? And so we don't want to do that. We want to redirect ourselves on something that really matters, something that, I don't say really matters, but that's aligned with our desires, right? Picking up that knitting thing from Friday. I don't know why I really like this example this week. So again, we get disturbed or we wake up in the morning, we're not really feeling our greatest. Maybe we're going to start our day. We're just going to start our day with something that fills us with joy. We're just going to go knit a scarf. We don't even knit a full one. We can just knit half of one, just knit. Or maybe we're going to go read a book, right? Or about knitting, something that changes our focus, or we're going to watch a video. Maybe we're going to sit outside and like meditate a little bit on what we want to do, what we see our like knitting business to be. I don't know, whatever, you know, fill in the blank for yourself specifically. But it's something like that. It's, you know, changing the way it's like reprogramming, kind of, really. Reprogramming our brain to go to balance before it goes to chaos, honestly. And it's these two things today. And I think it's a very tiny opportunity, but we can see it because we've already moved through so much. And what really is on the line is our future and how we want to have that. It can come in with ease or it can come in with resistance, but how are we choosing to move through that resistance is the question today. So I believe that we can get through this. It's going to be okay. Don't let your power be taken away by something little, by something small, by, you know, the dogs barking or your kids, you know, just be happy. I mean, that sounds so silly. And that's, I feel like, such a silly way to say that, but like, find the joy and create the joy. We are creators. That's what we came here to do. So we can do it. It's Sunday. It's the sun's day. Sunday is all about filling up your source, filling up what makes you feel good, your light. It's about your solar plexus and the power that drives you forward. So do that today. It's a day where we like to rest before we go back to work on Monday. And so take this day for you. Today, take it for you. All right, I love you guys. That's where I'm going to leave it. If you'd like to know more about me, what I got going on, you can check out my website. That's ashlyrose.com, or follow me on Instagram. The links are in the description for that. Otherwise, I will see you next week for the tarot reading. I love you.